Bees, we know these days at the Como Park Zoo and Conservatory in St. Paul. Pollinators are the focus of the latest seasonal exhibit. Garden guy Dale Kay is giving us the buzz this morning. He is joining us live from St. Paul. Good morning, Dale.
It's always a treat being out here at Como. There's always something new to look at. And when we're talking about new, there's a brand new exhibit right here. It's kind of in this beautiful 2,500 square foot shade structure. We're just off the Tropics Trail outside. And a quick public service announcement. You still do have to make reservations to join us here at Como. A lot of young kids attending here that haven't been vaccinated, so that's why they got the reservation thing in place. But once you're in here, absolutely spectacular. And this morning we're talking, as you know, all about pollinators. There's a great buzz going on here. Joining us this morning is Tina D. I'm Dale Kay. I got that long name. She's got that long name. Dombrowski. Tina Dombrowski is the head horticulturalist here. So tell me a little bit about why pollinators are so important here.
Certainly, Dale. Pollinators are really important to all the flowering plants in the world. At least 90% of them need an animal pollinator to set seed and fruit. And where would we be unless we didn't have seed and fruit and the plants could propagate?
Now you've got a lot of different, you mentioned all around the world, and there's a lot of different plants in here, and they kind of made, I guess, to attract pollinators. What are some of the different types of flowers, and how do those pollinators and flowers match together?
Well, certainly all the obviously particularly insects and plants have evolved, and so strategies, plants lure the pollinators and the insects, give them a reward of nectar or pollen as their food source, and by that then they attract these pollinators to reproduce, move their pollen from plant to plant. Then we have wonderful citrus fruits from that, from bees and other animals, and then even something like the largest pollinator would be the black and white rough lemur, who is responsible for pollinating the traveler's palm on the island of Madagascar, to the smallest midges that pollinate some of our tiniest flowers. So
I guess that's one thing that, pollinators is kind of a loose term, but there's so many of them. There's reptiles, there's birds, all sorts of creatures have come together with flowers to make all that happen. What are some of the cooler, you mentioned citrus, that's really cool. What's this big tubular flower? I guess tubular flowers is another one of those things. I'm tripping right up here. I want to take a look at this one. What's this one right here?
That's a brugmansia, or angel's trumpet, and that's usually pollinated by bats, or also certain moths will pollinate that, very long diurnal moths.
And what can people do at home to attract pollinators? What are some of the simple plants, or what can people do at home to help pollinators?
Pollinators their numbers are in danger from development, and so anything you can do to plant and bring back some of their habitat by choosing some native plants as well as adapted plants to your area to attract the native pollinators, and just plant the planet is to attract pollinators and build habitat.
Plant the planet. I love that. Okay, so at home, I know it's warm out. I do my gardening. Actually, I was up at 5 o'clock this morning. Come this way, Rod. I was up at 5 o'clock this morning doing a little bit of gardening, and planting some natives is what I was banging away at. Back to you.